Hey y'all. So, I know it's been a minute. I don't remember what I last left you off on, but I know it's been a shit fest because holy shit, it wouldn't be my life if everybody fucking died around me. Where do I begin? Well, I guess I begin with the fact that I had a seizure in the first place. It was a withdrawal seizure. Now, I didn't think I was actually drinking that much. No one in my family did, honestly. Even my doctors. But I think I have to keep in mind that I am a 5'4" female and not a 6 foot tall man. Because I have the tolerance of one. But after my seizure, I wasn't able to drink nearly as much. And actually, started writing this shit down. And I'm that far through. I think December would have been 6 months I was doing this. So let me check. Yeah, it started in June. I started on June 29th. So December 29th would have been 6 months then. And also just like, where's a good example? Just looking through here, I would write down everything I've had, the amount and time, and that's honestly helped because I've had no doctor help at all. And here's the biggest thing. If I drink, I just want to go to fuck to bed. I just want to sleep. I just want to sedate myself. I don't want to hear the bullshit around me. But I am not the only drinker in the house or in the family. And luckily, while I am just the sleepy drunk, I am the only one. And the thing is, I distinctly remember my therapist saying this. It's not you who is necessarily the problem. It's your environment that's not letting you fully actualize, I suppose. Because I don't want to shit on my family because obviously they're not horrible fucking people. I can still have my gripes with them, but primarily if my family found out I'm talking shit about them on the internet, I feel like I'll get my ass kicked, verbally or physically, doesn't matter. Still feel the same in here. But like, my mom is a whole goddamn mess, and honestly she hasn't been okay since my dad died, and that was 2014. And then her fiance dying in October, that fucked her up real bad. And of course it fucked up the rest of the family because we financially relied on him. But for some reason she is the only one that really got impacted. But you know what? Wins. But you know what? I got better news. And I hope y'all can hear me through this wind. But I've accidentally found myself a new father figure. Now, let me tell you about this. This dude worked for our family for like 8 fucking years. I've been friends with him for a long time, but recently he has actually left our family business, and that's sad because I would come in and hang out with him, and that would actually help me stop fucking drinking so much because I'm not home. I'm hanging out with someone, and actually hanging out with someone that's not gonna fucking flip out at me for random shit. Like, one thing I love that I get more than I should. I'm not usually the first person to wake up in the house. And yes, I do live with family because shit's been fucked up for a very long time. Beside the point. My brother will get up around like 8 o'clock to go to work. I'm up shortly after him. My mom will be up maybe from like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, whatever. I'll get up and she's already been up. But I get yelled at because I didn't feed the dogs. My fucking feet hit the ground off the bed, and I go to the bathroom, and I come out and go feed the fucking animals. Okay, bitch, goddamn, give me 20 seconds. Shit. That shit irritates the fuck out of me. Like, I don't want to say my mom is unstable, but she's a little unstable. And of course, I'll always say this. I am young, and I am dumb, and I am gonna continue to learn as I go on, and I expect that. I'm not gonna claim I know everything, because I already know there's plenty I don't know dick about. But I keep looking back, and I keep, especially watching old Jordan Peterson clips, she's kind of the Oedipal mother. And it's, like, for instance, she'd always say, oh, she's never gonna leave, she's always gonna live with me. Like, no, bitch, I want to eventually have my own family, you know? Like, I want to be my own mom and not be a mom like you. I know this sounds horrible to say, but it's like, I don't want to be the one that raises all hell all the fucking time. That's, you know, I'm gonna ask you nicely to do the dishes. I'm not gonna scream at you because you're You're playing your goddamn video games. Maybe that's just a generational gap. I don't know. Maybe it's just because she's changed ever since my dad died. Maybe because she needs to see a therapist. Like, I remember she actually talked to my therapist for a little bit. She had her own little 20-minute segment. And I remember my therapist was like, yeah, she had the problem. She drinks too much. Like, fucking little personal. Yesterday, I woke up from a nap, actually, to hear this. My brother was getting on my mom's ass because she was caught doing 80, pulled over with an open container, and the cop let off with a warning. And that is like the 5th time in the last like 2 years. Her luck will run out eventually. And I get on her ass too. It's like, do not put the fucking empties in the console or the glove box, because you're gonna forget about it, and then you're gonna get fucked down the line. Just like, I don't even like to be sleepy behind the wheel. But that's a whole other story. But like I was saying about my new father figure, I'm really loving the personal attention. I'm loving the fact that I can hang out with someone that's not gonna fucking randomly squawk at me for petty bullshit. I'm so glad I have someone that's not gonna be on my ass for X, Y, and Z reasons. It's like I get along with my brother pretty well, but he would still grill me because he is the man of the house after all. Like, he's been grilling me about watching Chainsaw Man. Quick side tangent. He's like, it's okay, just like bad anime. Just like bad animation. Because I like older shit, but whatever. What other thing? Oh. But this, I hate saying it because it's leftist language, and that just gives me a visceral reaction, but it's a very healing relationship, and I don't like being around the toxicity of my mom. And holy hell, this has gone on for 7 minutes now. Sorry, I don't want to, make this a therapy session, but I felt like I had to update y'all, especially because I haven't made a video and I don't fucking know how long. And of course shit's been rough, like, because it always comes in threes. Not only did my stepdad-to-be die, but also this lady I know that worked with our family for the longest time, and this guy that would hit on my grandmother like a crazy. He died like last week. And I didn't know this because it was my new father figure and I went to go to the cemetery where my dad's buried, and I was going to show him. It's like, oh, yeah, this is his headstone, and this is my cousin that also died, and this is my great-great-grandmother, and I see the funeral setup. It's like, oh my god, I didn't fucking know. Everybody else fucking knew, because nobody tells me shit around here, but whatever. No one listens to me anyway, so that's why I talk on here, because maybe someone will listen to me on here. I don't have daddy issues, I have mommy issues. If I had daddy issues, I'd be doing an OnlyFans or something. But no, my dad actually loved me. Sorry, the sun's getting bright. But I did want to come out here and ramble at y'all. Because honestly, I've always been fucking aimless. Just, y'all know the difference between precision and accuracy, right? I am more precision, not accuracy. I don't have a set goal, I just have a set general area of where I would like to be. I have my end goal in sight. I don't know what the in-between is going to look like. That's always been my biggest fucking problem. And maybe it's because I was, not infantilized, but coddled almost. Like, I wasn't pushed to do certain things, like, to a certain extent. Of course, I was always told, like, oh, you need to know how to do this, like, jobs and driving and shit. But other things, like, mom was especially something of a bulldozer parent. Oh, you know how to do that for you, honey. I'll do it for you. But then at the same time, I get scapegoated. Oh, you don't even know how to do this yet. It's like, well, you didn't fucking teach me. You're expecting me to be your baby forever, but then you want me to grow up? I'm sorry, I don't want to. As much of an open book I am, I don't want to burden y'all with my bullshit, because I feel like no one wants to hear that. Like, I wouldn't want to watch a video like this, but I feel like I just need to let y'all know. And I feel like I'm doing better, honestly. As, like, I gotta give respect to the dude. Like, he literally lives down here. Thank fuck, because if I had to go anywhere that wasn't walking distance, I would just be fucked. Because I still haven't been able to, like, I've been cleared to drive. I just haven't tried it yet. And it's been so long since I've driven, I want to get more practice in, before I go on the highway. Thank fuck he lives on these back roads. and within walking distance. But like, for instance, maybe I really am the black sheep of the family. I don't fucking know. But I've actually done things that I've wanted to do with him for the longest fucking time, even before my dad fucking died. Like, just the other day, he took me out to see the stars at the beach, something I've wanted to do, I don't even know how long. And it was honestly underwhelming, because it was really fucking cold, and there was too much light pollution, even though they're not supposed to have lights on the beach, but I guess the tourist traps are exempt, whatever. I'm just happy I'm getting my own little personal special attention. Especially because there's always some bullshit going on. It's always something. Either a pet died, or a person died, or some fucking calamity. Like, my mom's truck battery is dead, and she can't afford to get another one. It's like, yeah, I know, and so much drama, all the fucking... This is why, like, I'd rather dive headlong into political bullshit, because that's detached enough for me to get upset about and just be able to shrug it right the fuck off. With home drama, it's like, I can't escape that, you know? And of course I feel shitty just coming out here and saying all this thing, like, oh, my mom's like this, and my brother's like this, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I already come out here and talk shit about my uncle. So, like, for instance, I've probably said this before, but I am the Hamlet of my family, it seems, because, well, dead dad, heir to the throne, like my family does this, and my uncle was a dickhead to my dad, and my dad's dead now, and my uncle is the one trying to take over everything, so it's like, yeah, I kind of feel like Hamlet. I don't want to end up like Ophelia, though, or Hamlet, honestly. Where's my Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Where's my Timon and Pumbaa? But, regardless, I think I'm gonna fuck off now, because I've rambled for 12 minutes. I'm still very proud of this. I'm not gonna show you the front, because it has stuff on it. I've actually been in a good mood and smiling more lately, and I have to give it all up to him. Maybe there'll be more videos to come, because he'll probably help me out with that. So, thanks for putting up with my bullshit. I'll see y'all later.